Morning. It's December 18th. Just pulled up to our spot here at the lot we're going to be hunting. It's our new lot. Just got in the spring. House is still being built, but able to hunt it. So it's 6.5 acres, surrounded by mostly woods and old cutover and across the creek. We'll go into that a little bit more later. We're gonna set up. We got a north wind, cold front moved through last night and cleared everything up. It was a little warm and rainy last night and yesterday. Hopefully gets them moving and on their feet, looking to do some feeding. Gonna be set up on a ridge. We got a hillside, and at the top of it an abandoned or empty house with a yard around it that the deer have been feeding in the mornings, and then they head over to the west or to the east to get to their bedding area. So we're going to set up kind of south of the feeding area so we have the wind in our favor, and if they sneak out that side to try and cross back to bedding, we'll be able to get them. So we'll see you when the sun comes up. Well, the plan was working out perfectly. Got set up in the stand, and just around first light, the deer showed up right where I was thinking they would, to the north in the yard of this empty house behind us. But just as they were working along where I needed them to, the construction workers for our house that's being built showed up pretty early this morning, earlier than usual. Started making some ruckus, and the deer moved off the other direction to the north. So we might move down to the creek bottom and get set up there. There's the empty house with the yard and where they were set up in there. They had been coming across and heading downward towards the creek bottom that way. Well, the plan half worked. No sooner than we got in the stand down by the creek, the deer crossed up to our north there. As we expected, just a little too far. We're just chasing some meat for the freezer today. So there's a couple does. If we get lucky with a big buck, that'd be nice. We've already filled 2 of the 3 buck tags for the season, so it's got to be a big boy at this point. So I'll show you what we're working with. We got that to the north. We have big bedding areas all to the east. Probably about 50 acres of cutover over there that are 3-4 years old. And we got more creek bottom to the south. Well, there's a deer moving. Let's see if we can zoom in. I'm filming on my phone today, so quality is not very good. Well, can't quite see it yet, but she's moving from the northwest kind of to the southeast. So if she gets on the other side of the creek and just follows that wood line, we'll be in luck and in good position. Behind us we have another wood line, and behind that you can see the clearing. It's about 1 acre of open area that we cleared. That's our part of our lot. We cleared all the brush out of. They use it, but not much right now, so we have more of a pinch point going on right here. Seen a lot of deer out of the stand this year, so hopefully we can get one this morning. I was just thinking about the total lack of squirrels this morning around here. I look up and saw this hawk perched over the creek, deciding he's going to try and find him a snack. So a little after 8 o'clock now. Been pretty quiet, which isn't a huge surprise. This area produces a little bit more late morning movement because we're so tight to the bedding area. Everything to the east is a bedding area at this point for a couple hundred yards, and that would cut over. We were able to slip in from the west and get pretty tight to it without disturbing anything, so we catch the deer cruising back from feeding and browsing here in the late morning and catch them get into their bedding area again. So we'll sit tight, see if we can get any movement here in the next hour or so, and then we might have to call it a day and get back to work. Well, I think it's time to call it a day. The sun's getting pretty high. Got a little work to do at home. Get out here again this weekend. Temperature's supposed to drop down into the about 20 degrees, upper teens. And with that, hopefully get the deer moving again. So that'll be it for today. Got the sun starting to creep out over the treetops, light up the woods. We've had an abundance of crows and vultures down there to the north along the creek. So we either got a deer, maybe they got hit by a car last night, or a coyote kill. Either way, the coyotes were probably there last night working on it, so we might be hurting our hunting chances this morning. We'll keep an eye out that way. Had a lot of birds, about 2-3 million squirrels this morning. So if you have any good squirrel recipes, we'll be out here later in January with the 22. Post those in the comments and see if we can get something to come by here soon. Had these 3 woodpeckers flying around just causing all kind of ruckus. Looks like they might have moved on a little bit. Awesome giant red-tailed hawk flew into the tree behind me. Looking for a squirrel snack, probably. We're a little further up the creek to the north where we're seeing all the vultures, and based on the evidence here of the pile of fur, deer fur, or hair I should say, more there. Just to a pile of blood on the ground there, drops it, which leads to our dead fawn. No ribs are all intact except where they've been chewed on. Gut pile there, stomach contents there. This guy looks like probably a coyote kill from the pile of fur back there. If not a coyote kill, they were definitely here dragging it, chewing up the bones there. Ribs intact, so it doesn't look like it was shot. And all the blood's still wet inside of it, so it's pretty fresh. It has some smell to it. So, I think that's why we're not seeing any deer recently.